Allah knows when you're kidding yourself. Allah can even tell you what the truth is when you are lying to yourself. And some of you become really good at lying to yourself. You tell yourself it's not a big deal. Allah says, رَبُّكُمْ أَعْلَمُ بِكُمْ إِذْ أَنْشَأَكُمْ مِنَ الْأَرْضِ, when He brought you out of the earth. وَإِذْ أَنْتُمْ أَجِنَّةٌ, and when you were hidden away. فِي بُطُونِ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ, in the bellies of your mothers. You think you're hiding your sins? You couldn't hide from me when you were in the belly of your mother. فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ, then don't be self-righteous. Another beautiful part of the ayah. Don't declare yourself pure. No bro, I'm not a pervert, I'm not like that. Who do you think you are? I tell a brother, listen, I know you're the MSA president. I don't know, she's the vice president, but she's not your mahram. So you can't be having MSA meetings 11 p.m. at night on the phone, or on Skype even better, to discuss the convention, of course. I don't think you should be doing that. No bro, what do you think? I'm a pervert? She's a sister in Islam. We're discussing the convention. It's an Islamic conference. I don't think like that. Oh, you don't think like that? Okay. Well, let me just tell you. فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ, don't say, I don't think like that, I'm above it all, I declare myself free of such temptation. Let me tell you, if you're an MSA brother and you're working closely with an MSA sister, you don't have to tell me what you've been thinking. She'd make a good wife. After this convention, maybe we should have our own convention and get married. MSA is my favorite. I love the MSA. I love MSA. I love college. And so this is Islamic work. Yeah. And then with guys, something else happens. You guys, you turn to the religion, you start praying 5 times, your worldview changes, Islam starts becoming beautiful, and everything that's not Islam starts becoming ugly. So the girl that used to be barely dressed in school and trying to get men's attention by dressing, what my Texan friend calls dressed like a floozy. I love that word. Dressed like a floozy. No longer attracts you, but the sister that's wearing hijab and jilbab, all of a sudden, there's so much noor on her face. You've been looking at her face a little too long, my friend. A little too much. And you're like, this is Islamic love. Because I love her Islam. I love her for the sake of Allah. That's the best one. I love her for the sake of Allah. I don't know what to say to that. But you're really confused about what for the sake of Allah means. At least I'll say that. But so what happens? Shaitan comes to you and says, look, she's a good Muslimah. She's active. She's trying to seek knowledge. She's at the class too. Look, she's in the parking lot. MashaAllah, she dresses so Islamically. MashaAllah, yeah, that would be pretty awesome. You know what? It's okay for you to like a girl. It's okay. It's not haram. It happens in the Sahaba's life. They proposed. How do they propose? Like they never saw her, like, you're a female, I suppose that'll work. It didn't. No. They liked the Sahabiya and they proposed. This happened. Khadija radiallahu anha liked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This happened. This happened. It's okay for you to like a girl. But if you're just kind of like, in Urdu we call it taru, right? That's what you got. Guy's staring at the girl, he's kind of checking her out every chance he gets, and kind of like, he started to volunteer at the Sunday school because he finds out she's there. And watch it, bro. Watch it. You're treading a dangerous line with Allah. It's okay for you. You looked at her once, you thought she was really beautiful. Not haram. Next step, get a job. Work really hard. Tell your sister to find out who her parents are. You like her? Shut up. Just give me the information. Just get me the information. Start talking to your parents generally about marriage. Mom, what do you think about marriage? Are you crazy? You're gonna get married? Have you seen shakal dekhi apni? Have you seen your face? Yes, mother, me. I have seen my face, and I know there are some sisters that have really bad eyesight. That's why I'm asking. So bring up the conversation, and when it comes up, and then eventually take your dad out for some ice cream and say, Dad, there's a sister, I think it might be a good match. Are you talking to her? No, of course not, Dad. I'm just thinking, just thinking, okay? Can you understand what I'm going through a little bit? Does your mother know? You have to have those conversations a little bit, and then you can take the appropriate route. It's okay for you to like a girl. It's fine. Just don't stare. Don't look over and over again. Don't try to get her attention. Don't try to laugh extra loud when she walks. And then check if she looked. Don't do that. Don't start emailing her. Don't become friends with her on Facebook. Don't appreciate her voluntary services in helping out with the distribution of the flyers. Don't do that. You can see right through it, okay? She might not. Sometimes girls are really smart, sometimes they're really dumb. Oh, he just appreciates my flyer distribution. No, he doesn't. What is wrong with you? This is really dumb. And some of them know it. Some of them know and they pretend, no, it's just about the flyers. Yeah. It's not about the flyers. Something else is going on. And everything starts out innocent. And then you end up ruining each other's lives. Because neither of you are ready to get married. Neither of you know what a real relationship means. And when it times for you to actually get married, you have somebody else in your head. And they move on and marry somebody else. And so you are now not giving yourself wholly to your new spouse. Because you're scarred. Islam wants you to be pure to your spouse. So you can really enjoy your spouse. So you can be with them in heart and soul. Mind and body. You're just setting yourself up for just really big heartache. And you know, these things, this dating culture that we live in, where dating is totally normal. And you break up, it's totally normal. Breaking up is like changing a toothbrush. You know, maybe even faster than that. You know, there's no big deal. You know what happens every time, you know, either the boy leaves the girl or the girl leaves the boy. One of these things is going to happen. They don't mutually come to a meeting and say, I think this isn't working, we shall part our ways. No, she comes and says, this ain't working out, we're done. Or he says, you know, I'm sorry, or whatever. And somebody's left scarred, emotionally scarred. They're crying, they're not picking up phone calls, they become suicidal even, they go through serious depression, the guy or the girl, and then they go on the rebound. And when they go on the rebound, they say, this time, I will not be the one who gets dropped, I will be the one who drops. I'm not going to let that happen to me. Before it happens to me, I'm going to just, you know. And so as your dating life continues, you become more and more and more insensitive to other human beings. All it is to you is a physical relationship. That's all it is to you, right? And that's why in this non-godly society that we live in the world today, the idea of marriage is like, well, it's real commitment, man. That's serious commitment. You know, marriage is no joke. But because they don't understand what it means for two people to come together under the slavery of Allah, under the shade of Allah. They don't know what that means. The first marriage that was performed by Allah Himself. Uskun anta wa zawjuka. This is a divine union. Divine union between between Adam alayhi salam and Hawa salamun alayha. Allah made that marriage. Allah created that marriage. It's a gift from Allah. Allah calls it mithaqan ghalidha in the Quran, marriage. A heavy contract, a heavy agreement.